cluttered garage. I'm really glad you're here. A place where we can laugh and talk and days are filled with cheer. The clouds and sun may come and go, but one thing's always clear. Welcome back, my friend. You know I'm really glad you're here. Yeah!
Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here. And I'm maybe a little bit honored that you're here tonight because this is live stream number 20. It is Memorial Day 2021. I had thought about not even having a live stream tonight because I thought everybody would be busy with activities and picnics and family gatherings. It's turned out to be a really nice day today. But I decided that I'd give it a shot. Come on, and I see that there are a number of you here tonight, and I am really honored and thankful that you have joined me this evening. We'll try to keep the show again to about an hour and have a little bit of fun and just catch up on some things. So thank you for being here. Let me look at the comments this evening and see who's with us and who's commenting. Kevin, good to see you, Kevin, and Vinny and Ross on the land. Watershed Outlook, good to see you, Chris, Derek, Lincoln, and Mitch from MJA Doing Stuff. How are you doing this evening? Margaret, good to see you, Margaret. And Peterson Farm of Little Nashville, good to see you, Phil. You did a really nice job with that tribute video that you put out today. Really pretty scenery that you have there. And thank you for posting that. I enjoyed that very much. And Gary, good to see you, Gary, watching us from Facebook. I only know that because you when you make a comment, it shows me in the little icon, where the comment's coming from. So it's not like I'm stalking and I know who's watching or where they're watching from. It's only if you make a comment. Like Gary here has got the little Facebook logo, so we know that he made the comment from Facebook. And then if I pick another one like Peterson Farm here, little YouTube logo means that the comment came from YouTube. So anyway, I don't know if you think that's creepy that I know where you're commenting from, but I think it's kind of neat. So anyway, appreciate that. Hey Ross, you are so perceptive, my friend. You notice the blue title cards. I got away from the orange tonight because I thought something a little different. Maybe the navy blue would be patriotic for Memorial Day. So thank you for noticing that. I appreciate that. I didn't change anything with the bird. You might have noticed that if I did. But anyway, very perceptive. Hey, and Gary Cantrell. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for being here. Anyway, so it is Monday, May 31st. We have, from what I can see by the stats on the screen, there are about 25 people watching now, which is a nice number. We usually have 30 to 40 people on, and it's a nice little close-knit community. A lot of the same people coming on. It's a great way to catch up, great way for you guys to see each other, and I know there's always a lot of chatter in the comment section and in the live comments where you're catching up with each other, and I think that's really neat that I can help foster this weekly little get-together. So anyway, live stream number 20. That's fun. We'll go through some, of course, we'll do some fun facts because people have begun to count on that. I should start to take notes because I'm thinking about, if I could tell you what the week was like. It certainly was not a nice week weather-wise. I had wanted to do a video with the tractor outdoors after work one week, and every night it was just not good, and then it rained for like 3 days straight, and we needed it. I mean, I'm really thankful for it. The garden is just looking amazing. The grass turned from brown to green, and everything's kind of coming back to life, which is great. And I know it'll turn, it'll dry out again, but what a welcome shower that was. So I'm thankful for that, and even though it kind of was not a nice weekend for weather-wise, it was good for the ground and everything. So, can't have everything. As Stephen Wright says, you can't have everything. Where would you put it? Exactly. Anyway, so that was my week. Really, was just working and didn't spend too much time on the channel. I got both cars inspected this week. The pickup, we've got a Silverado, and we have a Subaru Crosstrek. And they were well overdue for inspection because of COVID. The inspection stations were shut down. Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Because I know that there are people from all over who watch this live stream, and New Jersey has vehicle inspections, but I know a lot of states don't have vehicle inspections. So tell me in the comments, do you have to get your vehicle inspected? We do every 2 years now. So Orange is My New Green is on with us tonight. Good to see you. Anyway, looking in the comments to see if you have to get your vehicle inspected. It's kind of a crazy thing. We used to have to get our vehicles inspected every single year at a state-run inspection station. Thank you, Chris. You do have to get your vehicles inspected in Virginia. So we used to have to go to a state-run inspection station every single year, and it's funny because now we only go every 2 years, and all they check for is basically emissions. They used to stick a stick in your tailpipe and do a reading. Now they just plug in the code reader. I don't know what else they do. That's about it. But it was funny because I remember going through inspection when I first got my driver's license back in the 80s, and I always had these terribly old, raggedy vehicles, and I would get all anxious about going to inspection every year. I would pull up, and it was like, oh, I don't know if it's going to pass, and I'd pull in. And back then, I mean, they checked everything. Like, you would get out of the car, and they would jack up the front end, and they would check your wheel bearings. They would bring out this giant, like a mirror on wheels, and they would turn your headlights on, and they're like, oh, your headlights are out of adjustment. And then they had this thing where there were 4 plates, and they would drive your car like 10 miles an hour, and they would slam on the brakes on these 4 plates, and then there a readout. Actually, back then it was just like a water level. You'd see these red lines of water or liquid, and they would hit the brakes, and it would show you which brake was pulling harder than the others, and they'd say, oh, your right rear brake is weak. You got to change your brakes. It was, what else did they do? They check your blinkers, they check your horn, check your wipers. It was like everything. And ultimately, my vehicles would fail every single time, and then you have 30 days to get it corrected. And one time I had my first official vehicle, the one that actually got onto the road with insurance and registration, was a 1979 Jeep CJ7. And that's what today's Wrangler is. Back in 79, it was called a CJ. The CJ5 was a shorter version of the Jeep, and it had a rounded door entry. And then the CJ7 was a little bit bigger and had a squared off door entry. And my CJ7, the guy who had it before me, he put a conversion kit in it, and it had a 350 Chevy V8 engine in this Jeep. And as my friend used to say, that thing was a pocket rocket. It was only a 3-speed manual transmission, this big old stick on the floor. So first, second, and third with a Chevy 350 V8, and that thing would just hum. And it was a lot of fun, and it was kind of a piece of junk, but I loved it. And it would fail inspection every single year for, excuse me, emissions. Or one time I had put fog lights on the bumper, and I put like 3 sets of fog lights on the bumper because, you know, I was a teenager and it was really cool. Failed inspection. Too many lights. Really? Too many lights. Anyway, so I had to go home. I took the lights off, went through inspection, passed, went back home, put the lights back on until the next year. Anyway, those are my vehicle inspection memories, and maybe some of you can relate. Yes, Jack from the Mindful Homestead, good to see you. Those old CJs with the V8 swaps were sweet. It was amazing. Loved it. And in fact, I could talk all night long about this Jeep, but I'm not going to. But I'll tell you this. I I got the Jeep from a guy, had traded him even up for a 1961 Willys pickup truck with a cracked frame. But I told him about it. He knew about it. The Willys Jeep pickup had no brakes. It also had a 350 V8 in it. And it was truly a piece of junk. I never got that one on the road. So he drove in with a 79 Jeep CJ7, which at the time was only about 6-7 years old. And he traded me even up for this old pickup truck. And I thought, my gosh, this guy, it's amazing. Well, after he left, I started to look at the Jeep a little closer because he drove it into the yard and it was great. I was there with my brother-in-law and we checked the oil after the guy left. Didn't check the oil while I was there because why would you? He drove it there, it should be fine. Checked the oil, bone dry. The thing had nothing in it. So we're like, all right, put a quart in. Put another quart in. Put another quart in. So finally the thing has enough oil in it, started up, and it smoked like a mosquito sprayer. The thing just was, it was shot. It was just shot. He also, when we drove it, we're like, this thing the brakes feel kind of funny. Like they're hard, but yet it doesn't stop very well. He had worn out the front rotors so badly that he took a pipe fitting and he actually capped off the front brakes so that it only had rear brakes. So no front brakes, just rear drum brakes, and another disaster. So I had to put a lot into this thing. We pulled a motor out of a 1975 Chevy Monte Carlo, and we used that motor in the Jeep. And I learned a lot about mechanics, and it was good memories. Good memories. Anyway, it was a love-hate relationship with that Jeep. And yes, I do still wish I had it today, so I could still be cursing it. I left that Mindful Homestead comment up there for a long time, didn't I, while I was talking about that? So, David, inspections in New Hampshire are strict, so you're still going through all that there, huh? Well, I have to say, I really appreciate what New Jersey did with the vehicle inspections. Personally, my personal opinion, the feeling I have about it, when I think about it twice a year, is I really think we could do away with vehicle inspections. Vehicles today are computerized. It's not like people are running their carburetors too lean or too rich anymore. It's all there for you. And I just think it would be okay not to have inspections. There are government standards that vehicles have to be so efficient anymore. Anyway, I give them credit because now all they do is plug in that code reader, and if you don't have any codes throwing on your vehicle, basically it passes. I haven't had a vehicle fail now for quite a while. Wait a minute, I did have one fail. I had a 97 Chevy pickup that failed about 8 years ago, and at that time they were not using the code. They were checking the engine, the lights on the dash, and if your check engine light was on, it would fail, and it's still the case. Immediate fail if your check engine light is on, because that has to do with emissions. I could not get this truck to, I don't know what was wrong with it, but I could not get that light to turn off, and anyway, it failed a few times. I got it through. Enough about that story. I'm looking at some comments. Margaret had a Datsun B210 Honeybee, and it was bright yellow. I remember those cars. Did you like it, Margaret? Was it fun? Probably had a little 4-speed in it. I don't know if they had 5 speeds back then. That was probably, like a 74 or something. I remember seeing those little honeybees riding around, though. Yep. Anyway. Yeah. David said, I think all of us wish we had our first vehicle. That is true. What my favorite vehicle was I was getting vehicles. At that age, I would get a different vehicle like every 6 months. I was just into cars, and they were, like I said, pretty junky, pretty inexpensive. But I had the Jeep CJ7. I had a 1974 Datsun pickup truck, which you may have seen in my shorts videos because I'm jumping it across the driveway because my brother had a crash with it. It was not his fault. He got T-boned and was just really lucky that he wasn't injured, seriously injured with that. But anyway, it totaled the truck, but I got to keep it, so we made it into like a little farm truck and did stunts with it and whatnot. Anyway, 74 Datsun pickup truck. 1980 Chevy Love, 1979 Chevy El Camino, a lot of different vehicles. But the vehicle that I loved most in my life was my 1987 GMC four-wheel drive pickup truck. I ordered it. I was like 20 years old. I was working full-time and had nothing to spend my money on but a vehicle. And I ordered this GMC pickup truck, midnight blue, slate gray, two-tone. I love that truck. I mean, everything about it was exactly what I wanted. And it was sweet. And the nice thing about it is that I did sell. I still didn't keep it all that long. I kept it for like 5 years. But I started this video production business, and I needed to buy video equipment. So I sold the pickup truck. One of my best friends bought it from me, and he is a car, I don't want to say fanatic, but he is an exemplary car restoration person. And he has kept this truck in practically new condition. And I got to see it a couple years ago. He let me take it for a ride. It was really kind of fun. But so happy that somebody bought it who cared for it that much. And it sits, I believe he still has it, but it was in his garage. He used it as a daily driver for a long time, but just kept it in great shape. And that was a lot of fun. So, thank you for that little trip down memory lane. Boy, this hour is going to go quick because I just keep talking, right? You guys want to talk about today, about what today is? It is Memorial Day. You may notice the flag in the background. I did that just for tonight, obviously. I thought it looks pretty nice, though. A little blue backlight going on. Anyway, it's Memorial Day, and I put out a video this week. I shot it on Saturday morning. Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Or was it Sunday? Does it matter? I don't know. Anyway, I shot this video. It was between rain. I mean, we just had rain Saturday and Sunday. It did not stop. It was a nice steady rain, but it was just a mess. So there was this break in the rain. So I ran out to the county veterans cemetery, and I shot this little segment, and then I cut together some footage from stock footage of military footage and made like a little music video montage as a way to honor Memorial Day. And I hope you saw that. In fact, I think I'd like to show it to you. It's only 4 minutes long, but it was kind of fun to put that together. And I learned a lot about Memorial Day just in preparing for that. And just like on these nights when we have live streams and I do the little fun facts, I learn about things, and it's pretty interesting. But Memorial Day, the most fascinating fact to me was that it was not a nationally recognized holiday until 1971. And that really was a surprise to me. Also, that it dates back to just a few years after the Civil War. That's when Decoration Day, as it was called, began. And then it was a holiday recognized by most of the states, but not all the states. And then in 1971, it became a national holiday. And that's pretty recent in our world, I think. So anyway, do you mind? Do you mind if I show you that? It's a 4-minute video, and I think it would be nice to just share it. If you've seen it, you probably wouldn't mind watching it again. If you haven't seen it, enjoy it, and then go to the actual video link and watch it, because it's nice to see the view count, because YouTube likes that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to play that for you right now, and then we'll come back. How about that? Good enough? Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here, and I hope you'll stick around for this very different but very special episode. It's Memorial Day weekend, and many Americans look to this weekend as the unofficial start to summer. Now, it doesn't feel very much like summer this weekend. It's windy and cold and rainy, and the forecast doesn't get much better for the next couple of days. But that's kind of appropriate. Memorial Day dates back to just a few years after the Civil War. It was then called Decoration Day, and the idea was that we would decorate the graves of fallen soldiers. It then became known as Memorial Day as we recognized veterans from other conflicts. Now, most states adopted Memorial Day as a holiday, but it wasn't until 1971 that it was federally recognized as a national holiday. So now we come together on this last Monday in May each year to honor veterans who lost their lives serving this country. So I hope you'll stick around and look at the footage that I have following. I've got some drone footage that I shot last year or a couple years ago, and just want to cut together a little bit of a montage as a way to say thank you. Thank you to the veterans, thank you to the families, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching that again if you saw it before. That was really fun to put together. And thank you, Phil, from Peterson Farm of Nashville, commenting on the music. I went through a lot to try and pick out the right music for that. And I liked that because it reminded me of marching. The beat of that song reminded me of marching. But it's also kind of a dark-sounding song. You know, they're marching down this long black highway. And it was, like I said, maybe a little bit dark, but so is Memorial Day. You know, we're talking about people who lost their lives. So thanks for pointing that out, because it was a tough choice. It's always a tough choice to pick out music when you're making a video. Boy, that's neat, Chris, that you got to meet some pilots. Got to meet a couple of those guys at an air show in '92. Very neat. Very neat. Thanks for picking that out as well. So thank you for that. I want to talk about a couple other things. This morning I went to a local Memorial Day program, and it was great. And I hope that you were able to get out and do some things as well like that. I imagine almost every community has some sort of Memorial Day program. If you haven't attended one of those programs, I really encourage that you go out Memorial Day, Veterans Day, because they are so well done. And what I like about them, and the comment was made today, that it's a really unifying, is that the right way to say it, event. You know, people are able to set aside their partisan differences and come together, and that's something we should do more than 2 days a year, more than Memorial Day and Veterans Day. But those days in particular, you see people from all over, from different sides, people that might fight tooth and nail politically throughout the year, but they come together on these days. And it's a good lesson for all of us. So I encourage you, if you've not attended any of those programs in your local community, to make a point to do that. And I think you'll be pretty happy that you did that. So there's my little speech for Memorial Day. And thank you to all the veterans out there. I'm not a veteran. My father was. My great uncle was. But other than that, we are not a military family. None of my siblings served. My wife did, though, so that's fun. And her best friend, who she's sitting with right now, watching this live stream. So anyway, kind of fun. Let's talk about a couple other things, and a little bit later we'll give away some stickers because everybody likes stickers, right? But and remember, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at My Cluttered Garage. Just do a search on any of those social media sites and you'll find the channel. The Facebook group, or not group, it's a page actually, but that has grown a little bit. It's not a big following, but I post a lot of the similar things on there. Of course, we're live streaming simultaneously to YouTube and Facebook, and some folks are watching from Facebook. It's not as big as YouTube, the following, but it's grown a bit, and it's just another way to communicate and connect. So look for me there, right? Very much. Today's the last day to save 10% at shopmcg.com. One of the things that happened when I reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube is that I'm able to show some of that merchandise on my YouTube channel, which I was not able to do before. So now if you go to my YouTube channel and you can click on videos, community, which has like little posts. Now there's a store tab, and you can click on store, and it shows you some of the items that are available, like this shirt, like this mug. I'll take a drink. But also, when you watch my videos now, you'll probably see a little bar underneath, the little merch bar. My wife loves that term, merch. She just can't get enough of it. Merch. She's old school. She's like, why don't you say the whole word? Because it's merch. It's what we do. Anyways, Teespring, who sells the merchandise, there's a code where you can save 10%, and I don't know what the code is, but when you go to the website, you'll see it. There's a banner on the top that I made. It ends today, so if you want anything, now would be a good time to do that. Let's talk about some fun facts. I don't know where the streamer is. Oh, there it is. How about that? May 31st. Fun facts, trivia, and history. I worry sometimes that you folks get bored with these fun facts, but then other times people in the comments seem to enjoy them. So I think they're kind of fun, and it's a little deviation. The channel has been about tractors and outdoor activities and gardening and pretty much anything that I do around the property. And I could talk about that on the live stream, and we do, but I like these live streams because it's a way to connect on a different kind of personal level, and maybe, well, I'm the only one on camera, but we get to be ourselves a little bit more, Anyway, there are a couple days that I thought were interesting to share with you. Some may be boring, but I think it's fascinating that we have these national holidays or days. I don't know why. Of course, Memorial Day is today, the last Monday of the month. It's also National Save Your Hearing Day. I don't know what that means, but I guess it's wear ear protection. You should do that all the time, not just today. You've seen in my videos, I use those work tunes, 3M work tunes. I like them a lot. They're bulky, but when I'm running the tractor or the chainsaw, they just block out the outside sound. They're also an MP3. No, Bluetooth, not MP3. How old are you? Bluetooth compatible. so that not only can I listen to music if I choose to, or podcasts or whatever you want to listen to. I like that, if I'm doing kind of some mindless work, to be playing music. But what I also like is that since they're Bluetooth connected, if my phone rings or if I get a message, I'll hear it come in. Sometimes you'd want to be away from your phone, but I also have a job where I do need to be available as much as I can, or I choose to be. But anyway, it's nice to have that, connected so that you'll hear your phone if you need to. Anyway, save your hearing today. Things are a little bit out of order here. National Macaroon Day. Yeah, guess so. If you like macaroons, my wife does. Very much so. How about this? It's National Autonomous Vehicle Day. Where did that come from? And when did that start? I mean, how long have there been autonomous vehicles? I don't know. But if you have an autonomous vehicle, today's your day. It's a good day to reflect, not only on Memorial Day, but on anything, because it's National Meditation Day. So take some time, meditate. I used to think meditation was like you had to be like in this zone, and it was like incense and hippies and whatever, but meditation is nothing more, I don't think, than just taking a few moments and just be mindful of yourself and just think about life and just take some time to breathe and clear the space in your head. It doesn't take more than just taking a breath sometimes. I like it. I like my quiet time and my alone time. It's National Smile Day. How about that? A smile can go a long way. So if you see anybody today, make sure you smile. How about this? It is Necrotizing Fasciitis Awareness Day. Would you believe I had to look that up? I didn't know what it was. Do you know what it is? It's horrible. It's otherwise known as flesh-eating disease or something. Yes, flesh-eating disease. How horrible. Anyway, today's the day that we're aware of that. And I had never heard of that term before, so there's your term for the day, necrotizing fasciitis. Am I saying that right? Is there a doctor or a nurse in the house? Anyway, I'm not going to make light of that because it's horrible and people have it. Yeah. So that's going to... Oh, it's National Hamburger Day. That worked out well because guess what I had for dinner or lunch? We had hamburgers on Memorial Day. We had a little cookout, had some family over. But it's National Hamburger Day. But get this, it's on May 31st, but it's also on July 28th and December 21st. Like, I think there was some lobbying going on for that one. Like, I don't know who sets these days, but I feel like there was a little extra push there. Like, oh, you're going to give us a hamburger day? I say you give us 3 hamburger days. How about that, Mr. National Holiday person? Anyway. Last one I have here is National Speak in Complete Sentences Day. So you can tell somebody, hey, speak in complete sentences. Probably that same lobbyist who was so forceful with the hamburgers. He's like, we're going to have 3 hamburger days, and you know what? You're going to speak in complete sentences today. How about that? All right. Enough of that. Don't forget, if you like the live stream, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Let's make it National Thumbs Up Day for the channel. How about that? Remember to do that. Better get back to the comments and see if anybody is getting particularly bored. I'm going to back up a little bit. Get a little more comfortable with navigating around here. I can't go back too far. So, K&H Tractors. Hey, I want to say this, K&H. You made a very nice comment on my video, Memorial Day video, that I really appreciated. And then you put out a video of your own that was very touching. and I want to thank you for that. So I would say for folks to go over to K&H Tractors on YouTube and check out that latest video. And I think you're a special person, and I really appreciate that you shared that story. And not only you shared it in the comment section on mine, but then you made your own video about it. I think that's pretty neat. So K&H Tractors over there on the YouTube machine, and you'll find the page, the channel, right? Anyway. All right. Mitch agrees with Phil. Fun facts are awesome. I'm glad you like them. All right. I'm going to read some more here. Derek has those 3M work tunes with the AM FM radio. I don't have the AM FM radio option on mine. I just have the Bluetooth. But cause I don't really listen to AM FM radio. Well, I can't remember the last time I listened to AM radio at all. Sometimes I listen to FM radio in my truck, but I do have Sirius satellite radio, and I tend to listen to that more than anything. I also think that Sirius radio is kind of an interesting thing because every year that when it expires, they want to hit me with a bill for like $35 a month, and I always have to threaten to cancel it, and then they come back with, all right, well, we'll give you the introductory offer again, which is still not super cheap, but it seems worthwhile. Anyway, but you like the FM, apparently, Derek, where you are, so that's great for you. And probably if I started listening to it more, maybe I would. All right. Is there a National Tractor Day? You know what? I bet there is, Mitch. I bet there is. It may not fall on a Monday night, but I think if you look it up on the old Google machine, you'll probably find that there has to be a National Tractor Day. I mean, there's a National Everything Day, isn't there? I'm looking at this light. There's probably a National Light Bulb Day. All right. You guys are having too much fun here in the comments. I'll let you go on with that fun that you're having because I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Well, there's a fun fact from Gary Eason. His dad sold the first McDonald's hamburger in Doraville back in 1961. The first hamburger. You should have kept it, Gary. That would have been valuable. I have the very first hamburger. I have to cough. I'm going to mute my mic a sec. Did it work? Okay. Gotcha. All right. What else do we have? 7:40, and we have about 30 people watching. Who would like to win a sticker or two or three? Let's do that. I have this new, it's not an app, it's a web app, I guess, that StreamYard developed to work with their live stream system here. And so we're no longer going to do the trivia questions, at least not for tonight or not for now. So if you were taking notes, I'm sorry. You're probably ready to, like, I'm going to win this thing. I'm going to take notes, and whatever question he asks, I'll know. But here's what we're going to do. Instead, we're going to use this random comment picker. And that way, it doesn't matter who answers first. Everybody gets an equal chance. I will say that if you have won in the past, you are not qualified to participate in this here drawing. It's only fair, you know. You shouldn't win twice. If you won the stickers once before, just do us a favor and stand back and give somebody else the opportunity to win. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give everybody an equal chance to win. And I'm going to pick a magic word that you're going to type in the comments, and then the comment picker will pick a winner randomly. Now, if you're on Facebook, you probably have to give permissions or whatever for Yardstream to do something. I don't know. So thank you. That is a good example there, Chris. Watershed Overlook channel. As a current MCG sticker owner, I shall sit this one out. Very good, because Chris won in the past. Great example. Anyway, here's what you're going to do. You're going to type in the comments, and I didn't put it on the screen. Oh, wait, I can do that. Yeah, let me do that. Why not, right? We have time to do that. See if I can edit on the fly. I don't know if the system is case sensitive. Maybe we'll do a test sometime and see if it is. But for now, I'm going to suggest that you do this in all lowercase exactly as I show you. You're going to type in the live comments. This is only for the live stream viewers. This is, if you're watching this in the replay, then I'm sorry, but you missed out. You'll have to join us next time. But for those of you in the live stream right now, in the live chat, you're going to type this in the comment section. Doesn't matter if you type it 1 time or 100 times, you only get 1 chance to win because the comment picker eliminates duplicate entries. So type it 1 time, hashtag MCGTV. That's pretty easy, right? Hashtag MCGTV, all in lowercase. So start typing those in there, and once we get a number of them in there, I will run the comment picker, and some lucky winner who has not previously won will win. So, but I am seeing that John Ritter was the first one to enter it on my screen. So sorry, John, I'm not going with the first to win or the first one anymore. I know John tried winning before. So I do see at least one name that will be eliminated if they win, only because of the conflict of interest in being a relative of the show host. Sorry there, dear. Anyway, kind of fun, though. Thank you for typing these in here. What you're going to have to do when you win is I'm also going to share my email contact address with you. So when you win, you're going to have to email me and tell me that you won. Tell me what the hashtag was that you had to enter, and I'll match it up and see that you're the winner. You'll have to provide your name and your mailing address, and I will mail these stickers to you. They are made of vinyl, so they're weather resistant. I have them on my tractor, and they've held up pretty well, although I keep my tractor in a garage, so they really haven't been out in the weather. I don't know if I have. Yeah, I think I have one of my wood chipper now. That sits out in the weather a bit. Anyway, they're pretty nice. I like them a lot. I'm very happy with them. So thank you for all the comments here, MCG TV. So should we run the picker? Should we run it? Has everybody had a chance to enter? Let me do this. So far, let me share this screen here with you, and then you'll see. You'll see what it looks like. Maybe you'll see. Maybe. That's not it. That's it. MCG TV. Oh, there's only 12 entries? Really? There's like 36 people watching, and there's only 12 entries because people either already won or they don't want to win, but that's okay. So now your chances are 1 in 12. Not bad. Are you excited? I know you're excited. All right, so we're going to click the draw button. 12 entries. I think that's it. We're going to cut it off now, and we're going to draw, and you're going to see who won. If I choose, at the discretion of the host, I may disqualify anyone. I do not know why I speak like that when I speak in this legal terms, but I do give myself the right to disqualify anyone I feel so fit to do. Okay, here we go. Oh, 13 entries now. See, a good thing I talked a little bit longer. All right, I'm going to click the button now and close it out. Here we go. Draw, partner. Here we go. Who will it be? Who will the winner be? What? Margaret Matthews is the winner of the stickers. Congratulations, Margaret. Look at all that confetti. There's no sound. It'd be fun if there was a sound effect. So, congratulations. How fun is that? Here's my email address. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com. Hey, that was the hashtag mcgtv, and now you have to email the word contact mcgtv@gmail.com. It doesn't really roll off the tongue like I would like it to, but if you read it and you write it down, contact mcgtv@gmail.com. Tell me your name. Oh, we saw your name. Tell me your mailing address. Tell me that you won, and you'll be getting some stickers. All right. Well, congratulations. I'm going to lose that for now and go back to the comments. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to look at my notes here and see. I do want to thank you again. I had some notes from last week. Last week, we did the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Gave away a $100 gift card. The winner chose a Lowe's gift card. I was giving a choice of Lowe's, Tractor Supply, or Home Depot. $100 gift card. And I just wanted to make it something special because reaching 10,000 subscribers is really touching. Really appreciate that people have come onto the channel. And since that time, the channel has grown since last week. What I consider to be a nice amount. There's a couple hundred subscribers, 200 or 300 more since last week. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I know that the live streams are not, I don't know why they're not as popular as some of the other videos, but we do lose a subscriber or two with every live stream. I don't get it. But yet other videos like the little tips video that I put out about the bungee cord, the channel gained like 150, 200 subscribers from that. So I know the kind of content that you want to see, and I appreciate that, and I promise to put more of that out there. But again, I do like the live streams. Those of you who are here each week, apparently you like the live streams too, but there's always one or two people, for whatever reason, they don't like it. And do we have any thumbs down yet? No, not yet. I see 26 thumbs up on YouTube, but no thumbs down yet, but there may be one. I'll repeat, if you click the thumbs down by mistake, you can click it again, and it unclicks it. It's a good little handy tip to know, right? Right? All right. Let's look at some comments. Let's see. Oh, that's nice from Peterson Farm. Phil said to Margaret, you mentioned my name, and it brought you good luck. I didn't see the comment, so I guess Margaret mentioned Peterson Farms and then was a winner. So throwing out that good karma, right? It's good stuff. Makes you want to smile because today is National Smile Day. Remember that? I'm sorry. What, John? Are you sad that you did not win? John Ritter, I'm never going to win a sticker. Keep hanging in there, John. You will win one. So maybe I should send a sticker to John. I know, John, you don't want any sympathy stickers, I know, I'm sure. But you were my very first live stream guest and a lot of fun, and you've come back time after time whenever I reach out and ask people to join me, and I really appreciate that. And anyway, if you guys think I should send John complimentary stickers just for being a great guy, I'd be happy to do that. It's not a sympathy sticker, John. It's a thank you. Believe me, I appreciate that. I think you're a great YouTube content creator, and you are so supportive of other YouTube content creators, and I do appreciate that. So anyway, up to you, John. I'll send you some stickers if you want, or if you want to keep playing the game, hang in there, and you're bound to win, especially with this new comment picker. John said he doesn't want a sticker. He wants to win it. What a sport. He's in it to win it. So, yeah, a lot of the folks think I should send him one, but, well, John says no. He says no thank you. He respectfully declines. He wants to win this sticker fair and square, and by golly, he's going to win it one of these days. I can feel it in my bones. What else? What else? What else? What are you guys doing, folks? All-inclusive guys and gals and folks. What are you doing with your equipment? I mean, it's springtime. It's now, well, it's not officially summer. It's Memorial Day makes it unofficially summer. When's the first day of summer? I think it's usually like June 21st. That's when summer officially begins. It's also the shortest day of the, no. First day of summer is the longest day of the year, right? And then the days start getting shorter. Oh, don't tell me that. I love these long days. I love being outside until 8:30 at night and the sun is still partially shining. I just love summer. I walk in the house and I say to anybody in the house, I love summer. I love walking out of the house and not being cold. I don't like it when it gets burning hot where it stings to walk outside, but I don't know. I feel like I still would take that over bitter cold. I mean, if I'm going to sting when I walk outside, I'd rather sting from heat than sting from cold. Does that make sense? I don't know, but that's how I feel. Hey, Edward Joyce, thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate that. Since we're talking about stickers, there's a super sticker. I appreciate your support of the channel. It means a lot to me. And anyway, thank you very much for that. Ross is going to be digging some water lines around the property. You have a backhoe, Ross? I do not have the backhoe attachment on my B2601. But the more and more I'm doing projects around the property, I would like one. I don't know if I would necessarily care to have a backhoe attachment for the tractor. I mean, I would like to, but I almost wouldn't mind having like a separate old backhoe just to play with. That'd be kind of fun, but probably still way expensive. The backhoe attachment, how much is that for the Kubota B2601 or the likes? I think the backhoe attachment's got to be at least $6,000 just for the attachment. But you probably can't buy an old backhoe for $6,000. Mitch is going to be putting in a paver patio. Nice. You're going to skim it with the loader and put some gravel down and flatten it and put some pavers in. That's fun. I've thought about doing a project like that and have not yet. But boy, these tractors they open up so many opportunities. I mean, there's so many things that I've been able to do that I just couldn't do before. Even a matter of like moving something from one part of the property to another. Like it would be just such a mess or hassle to move something. Now you just scoop it up or use the grapple and pick it up and move it. It's amazing. Just simply amazing. Vinny is going to dig a trench around the chicken coop to bury a wire to make it harder for the fox to dig and kill my chickens. Boy, that's a challenge, isn't it? These chicken coops. I don't have chickens now. I used to back 20, 30 years ago, before I was even married. I had chickens in a little old chicken coop, and I had probably a dozen or more, and whatever found its way into that chicken coop, once it discovered it, I was minus one chicken every day until there were none. I was also in my early 20s and probably didn't really put that much effort into my homesteading and farming abilities then. But anyway, once they learn, they don't stop. So good idea, Vinny. And you know, when I was talking about that National Hamburger Day, and I'm thinking about the lobbyists saying, you know what, you're going to give us 3 hamburger days. I was thinking of a guy named Vinny, but you know, that's very stereotypical, and I'm sorry, Vinny, if that is offensive to you. And anyway, that's the name that came to mind, Vinny. Reading comments. Hey, Renee. I see you're thanking Ann and Margaret for their service. Thank you. Good to see you here tonight. Very fun. Some of these people I know off of YouTube, like actually personally, and that's kind of fun. So I appreciate you being here watching. These videos and live streams are kind of a little bit awkward when it's like harder to do this in front of people that you know rather than people you don't know. But I'm glad they're here, and it's all good, and it's kind of fun. And I feel like I know a lot of you there out in YouTube and Facebook world now. Reading, again, you guys are helping each other. I appreciate that because you're talking about your own projects, and that's great. David just tilled the garden. Did it rain after you tilled it? Is that why it's a muddy mess? Because it does. Those tillers, they loosen the soil up so much. And I had that experience. I remember last year when I tilled, I was so excited because the tiller was the first year I had it. And I tilled everything like in mid-March because it was warm. And I thought, this is it. Spring is here. And then it was like, haha, no, I'm not. So I did so much tilling. And then it rained a lot. And I had like 6 inches of mud. But you may just have to do it again. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Vinny. Appreciate you not being offended by that. Since you said that, no, just kidding. I like. Anyway, I appreciate that. I was thinking of another story to tell you, but it was kind of like the same thing. It's like the Vinny thing, but it wasn't. I don't think the guy's name was Vinny. I guess I'll tell you the story because we only have a couple minutes left. Again, not tractor related, but this was going back to my video years. As many of you know, I spent several years in the video production industry, and I was working with a couple of other contractors, and they were talking about these 2 shooting days when they were shooting a project. No, it was 2 different projects. That's what it was. But the one contractor was the stereotypical, how do I say it without saying stereotypical? Anyway, what you think about in the movies when you think about a Vinny character. And he was talking about these 2 different projects, and he was like, yo, Eddie, because, he called me Eddie. He's like, Eddie, like these 2 projects, they were so different. He's like seriously, like if one of the projects was day, the other one was night. Like I loved how he spoke in complete sentences, but he didn't just say these 2 projects were day and night. He just made it a story. It wasn't just, you could just say, oh, these 2 projects, they were day and night. But he was like, yo, if one of them was like daytime, the other one was like nighttime. So that was funny to me at the time. Anyway, yeah, back to tractor talk. Before we wrap up here in just a couple minutes, we do like to talk about tractors. And so David's asking what my average normal RPM is on your machine while working. I got to say, when I'm running a PTO implement, I'm pretty much full throttle because the PTO-driven implements are rated to run at 540 PTO RPMs. So on my B2601, it tops out. I don't know if there's a limiter or just a nut and a bolt that stopped the throttle, but basically it tops out at 2,800 RPM, I think, on the engine, and that gives me 540 at the PTO. There's a little red tick mark on the tachometer, so you'll see, at least on my tractor, when it reaches the proper PTO RPM, the needle lines up with this red tick mark. So that's 540 on the PTO, which is, again, 2,800 or something like that on the engine tack. So I pretty much run all my implements like that, full throttle. The mower, the tiller, the wood chipper. Do I have anything else that runs off of PTO? Mower, tiller, wood chipper. I don't think I have any other PTO-driven implements at this time. So anyway, for me, full throttle. Now, when I'm running the loader, doing loader work, probably not full throttle. I think like 2,500 RPM is more like it. So it's a little under full throttle, but I don't think it hurts these machines to run full throttle. I think that's what they're made for. If you have a diesel-driven generator or welder or air compressor, those things, as far as I've seen, they just run wide open. That's what they're made to do. So So that's what I think. I see. Yeah, for David, yours is 3,200. That may be. I don't know exactly what mine is, but at any rate, it's kind of wide open. Hey, Lawrence, thanks for joining us. Glad you hung in there almost until the end, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Chris, I'm going to share your comment here. It's very nice that you want to say that you really needed some normalcy this weekend. Discovering that you were doing the live stream today was really a gift. Many thanks. So that's good. I really appreciate that, because I almost canceled for tonight thinking nobody's going to watch tonight. They're all going to be busy doing stuff, but we all have different lives, and so apparently a number of you were able to join, and I'm really happy for that. MJA, Mitch, B2601, digging snow and dirt, work RPM around 21 to 23, and mowing. Yeah, it just, I don't know how you determine it, but it just kind of sounds right. When you're revving that engine up, you can tell when it's kind of dogged and bogging down a little bit, and you just kind of have to hear it. Okay, so the BX. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I clicked on your comment by mistake, but thank you. I went to click and the comments moved up. Anyway, good to see you, Maggie, and or Glenn. Anyway, the BX, John's telling us the BX is different than full throttle for achieving 540 RPM, around 3,200 on the TAC. I may have to check that on the B2601 and see where that is. I will look at that. So, hey, Gary, thanks very much. You were looking forward all day. Then I'm really glad that we're here. I'm really glad you're here. So David White is, Elizabeth the Heart. Again, I clicked on it. I click on the wrong thing, but then I'm happy I did. So that's nice. I love you too. David White is addicted to YouTube. I think a lot of us are, and it's a healthy addiction, I think. Don't you think? I sit there at night. My wife watches television, and a lot of times I have the device in my hand and I'm watching videos. I think my attention span has just changed, where unless something is really captivating, I like these short little YouTube videos, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. Anyway, it could be a healthy addiction. If it's not affecting your family, if it's not affecting your work, then I think it's probably okay. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not an addiction specialist. So, any other announcements before we wrap this show up? Congratulations to our winner. Thank you again for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for clicking the thumbs up on YouTube or Facebook. What else? Nothing else. I think there's nothing else. But before you go, if you click the thumbs up. Hey, listen, make comments in the other videos too, because that helps me know what you want to see. I've been asking, what kind of content you want to see. And, I know that it's mostly tractor related, compact tractor related. A lot of you are new tractor owners. A lot of you are old tractor owners or just experienced tractor owners. But I think the compact tractor is the star of the show. And I know that you like to see things with that. I'd hope to do some more property-type projects. So tell me about things that interest you in these comments or in comments in the other videos, because we're going to be wrapping up here soon, so the comments are going to be ending soon. But let me know. Let me know what you think. And I'll look through here and see if there's anything else. So I think not, but for now, I plan to. I'll keep these YouTube live streams going. I thought that they would be difficult to do on Monday nights just because of the sun being out longer. Myself, I like to be outside much later, so I haven't seen where these Monday nights have been too much of an inconvenience for people. But I guess if we find that people don't watch, then I'll know it's not working. So I appreciate you being here, and I want to continue to be here for you. So my plan is to do a live stream next week. I might have a guest next week. I haven't confirmed it yet, haven't set it up, but I have been talking to somebody. And I do like having YouTube guests once in a while. I think it brings a nice different element to the show. So, anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. We ran over again. It's always a little bit later than 8 o'clock, but that's okay, I suppose. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I hope you had a very peaceful Memorial Day. If you have family members serving, I wish you well with that. If you yourself are either active or past, how do you say that? Non-active, retired veteran, I want to thank you for your service. And if you are from another country, you know, we support our allies as well. And I know that we have some folks who are part of the Canadian military. So thank you. Thank you to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you next time.